Okay, let's deploy to Kubernetes with GitHub Actions. So the first thing that you're going to need is a kubeconfig file. I have mine right here. I'm using DigitalOcean because it's really cheap, just $10 a month to get your master node running, and you can download your kubeconfig from there. So within the kubeconfig, it has different clusters represented by certificate authority data, server URLs, and users. So this is everything that you need to connect to a Kubernetes cluster, really nothing else. And this is what kubecontrol looks at even on your own command line when it's trying to figure out where you're deploying to. So you will have this, and this is where it lives on your own machine. So what we need to do is get this into a place that GitHub Actions will be able to read it. So the place for that would be in repository secrets. So the problem comes that this is a multi-line YAML. So if we were to be passing this to the command line, as we have to do in order to use it, it would cause a bunch of chaos because it would try to run each of these lines individually. So to get around that, what we have to do is base64 encode our YAML, because that will output it as a single line, and then we can put it into a secret. So let me do that now. You should, if you have Mac or Linux, be able to base64 on the command line. If not, there's a million things online for it if you're on Windows, or maybe you have that. I'm not sure. So here's the single line of our entire kubeconfig base64 encoded. So let's take that and put it into our secret. And notice here that this is called kube_config. That's important because the environment variable kubeconfig, one word, is used by kubecontrol to determine where your kubeconfig file is. So if we were to set it there, it would get all confused. So we're going to end up falling through to this option where we're going to be pointing GitHub to home/.kube/config. So let's update the secret with our base64 encoded YAML, kubeconfig. And here are the only 4 lines really that you need to deploy to Kubernetes once you have the kubeconfig in place. You have to create the kube folder, and then you have to echo in the special format to get secrets in GitHub Actions. Note that this is not like this. Secrets are not environment variables. They're from a different place in GitHub Actions. So you got to do that, pipe it into base64 and decode it, and then save that output to the folder that we just created. So we'll see when I create this that we're able to transfer this whole config from here to our environment. So the next step, when we use the context that I'm going to be deploying to, in this case called Octobay API, it is able to find that context from this folder. And I linked this in the description so you can figure out more about how to configure kubeconfigs. It's a very useful Kubernetes admin skill to have. All right, so let's push this and kick the job off. Okay. Let's check out the action. It's running. Awesome, so we can see that that worked. We created the home directory. We took the secret, which you can see is an output here, and base64 decoded it, put it in that area, and then we're able to cat it out. And anyone trying to hack this, I'll be changing it after it, so have fun with that. And we're able then to switch into the context and deploy. So that's how you do it.